This race day check-in is brought to you by Fastline Suspension. It doesn't matter whether you're a weekend warrior or a dedicated racer. If you want to be safe and get the most out of your motorcycle, it needs to be handling correctly. Enter Fastline Suspension. Working with riders of all ages and abilities, from weekend warriors right through to the pros, Adam at Fastline is one of the most dedicated technicians in the industry today. This is why up-and-coming racers like Tyler King and Tommy Smart, right through to pro-level shredders such as Seth Jackson and Matty Peluso, rely on Fastline Suspension to have their motorcycles performing in even the toughest conditions on race day. Want to know more? Visit www.fastlinesuspension.com.au today.
Here with Bryson Knight at Rosebud. It's round 3 of the Senior Vics. You raced 30 plus vets yesterday and MX1C today. Tell me about your weekend.
Brutal. I'm not traditionally a sand rider, so yeah, I thought 3 weeks ago I'd better start doing some training here. So I've done two sort of 3-hour days here, and then a pretty light ride on a Wednesday, and the track was absolutely brutal that day, and I was a bit under the weather. So I'm happy with what I took from the weekend, considering my limited experience with the sand, but I definitely would like to become a sand specialist, put it that way.
It's definitely a different animal. I mean, this is pretty much like the Lommel of Australia, I reckon. We don't get many tracks like this. It's beach sand. For someone that's not traditionally a sand rider and has just come out here to practice a few times, how did the track shape up over the race weekend compared to when you've been out here before?
I reckon the training I've done here, because it's minimal sort of grooming, there was a bit of a harder base, so it was easier to navigate your way around, which I think I noticed that riding the Sunday over the Saturday. But yeah, going back to what you said, this is the Lommel of sort of Australia for us. It certainly is, and I think it's something like the Gippsland Series should look at trying to put back into their roster. I think it's something that everyone should get the chance to experience and race, because it does let the local guys shine. Like some guys here that are, mid to backpack C-grade riders that are locals here are faster than B-grade guys nearly everywhere else in Victoria. So it's really interesting to see the dynamic shift, and keeps the championship excited. Like, I know how much the points gap is shifting in my classes from today's results and yesterday's. So it's the great equaliser, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It certainly is. And like you said, it's really interesting to see riders that aren't traditionally at the front all of a sudden be at the front at the pointy end, and vice versa as well. Like riders that are really fast through the series on other tracks, sometimes aren't so good in the sand, and you really see it here. In terms of your own championship series, like I said, you race 2 classes. I think I've spoken to you about it before, and you sort of treat the MX1 as your primary class, but you're doing quite well in both of them. So starting with the vets, how's your championship going so far? It's kind of been a story of consistency for you, hasn't it? Yeah,
I've sort of been chasing first sort of every round. Unfortunately, I can't remember his name. He broke his femur a week ago, as Kenny said on the podium. So that's sort of opened it up big for me. I've sort of pushed now from going 1-1-1 for the day yesterday. It's put me, I think I'm about 25 or 30 points clear of second place now. So sort of gives me a good run into winning that Clubman Championship for the year, as long as I can sort of get around without hurting myself at the next round. Being that it's obviously a brand new track, I don't think anyone, from what I'm hearing, is even going to get a chance to ride it before the next round, because there's been whispers that I'm hearing that they might not even be ready, and then they could be ready. So I think that's going to be it's going to be interesting. Everyone's going to be learning it at the same time. And then I'm sitting third in MX1 at the minute. I think championship points have closed down to I'm 12 points out of first place, and I'm 11 points out of second place. So depending on how the last round goes, I think it'll be a decider. So keen to see what Broadford brings.
So it is a big points gap. Broadford is obviously a track that, from what it sounds like, you haven't ridden before.
Yeah.
What's your plan between now and then to prepare for the last round?
Well, I'm getting told it is hard pack. I don't know if that's going to change with the track changes they're doing. From people I've spoken to, it's as hard as a gravel car park. So I think I'm better in those conditions. As I was saying to my wife before, my starts are good. I can start, and I've nailed exactly where that point is on the clutch to get a good start, and I proved that today. So I think the other guys are going to have to fight me from the start, and if I'm at the front, I can hopefully hopefully those conditions work for me and I can sort of control it from the front. Ultimately, I've got to go out in MX1 and try and go 1-1-1 for the day and hope that the guys behind me create their own disaster. But that's it if I want to win it. So, but I mean, either way, like, it's my first year racing MX1. It's my first year probably having a full season of racing, to be honest with you. I've sort of had things happen in the middle of it. Had a daughter last year before first round, and so this is my first year probably having a go, and to at least be in podium contention I think is good. I'm undecided if I'm going to be ready for B grade yet, but I think I will be by the time I get there, but who knows? Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Well, the way you're going, it's definitely on the cards. I think, I've watched you ride for the last couple of years in different series, and I feel like this year you really stepped it up. You rode previously a lot with your brother Callan, and I saw early in the year you had a bit of a friendly rivalry going. He's been a pretty successful and elite level rider, and I feel like this year you've really made that step up and a big jump in your riding.
Yeah.
Did something change coming into the season? Was it a mindset thing? Was it a fitness thing? Or is this just, riding yourself into fitness and skills?
I'm not fully sure. To be fair, my brother, he's definitely, he got a lot of opportunity as a junior through my parents. I wasn't as lucky. My brother got to spend the time in America, and I don't know, I just didn't really get the riding that Callan got, and I've sort of had to find the sport again myself. When I started working as a sort of young teenager, I had to find the sport myself and fall in love with it again. And I think maybe I don't know, maybe deep down I've got something to prove that I haven't been able to prove yet. I don't know, but it's good. Like I want my brother to be successful. He wants me to be successful. I don't think either of us want each other to beat each other, but ultimately I think if we could both be in B grade and get to that point where we're, battling with other dudes, and it's either one of us at the front, I think that'd be the ultimate goal. Bit of Hunter and Jet sort of mentality, but I don't know, we're a long way from that. But yeah, I don't think I can put anything on it. I think maybe just getting older, getting wiser, you just kind of, be a bit smarter about how you go about things. And this is the first time I've actually tried to think about what I eat before I ride, and trying to get proper sleep the night before and eat the right carbs and the right proteins and things. So can't tell you if that's working or not because it's the first time, but I'm definitely trying, and I'm battling bike setup a little bit at the minute. I've lost a shitload of weight, which is challenging, but I know where I'm at. It's just preparation. I've just got to be better prepared at each round, and hopefully the results come.
Just a quick note on your brother. I have to say, after some rides early in the year where he almost looked a little bit like his heart wasn't in it. I saw him at Bairnsdale, and he stepped it up, and he was riding like the Callan of old. Yep. So I think maybe you've lit a fire in him as well.
I think so, and I think to be fair, I think Callan, he was an A grade junior and then A grade senior before he sort of went back to riding. Callan's got it in him. I think the big thing for Callan is his preparation, his mindset. He needs to be in those races going, he rode himself into that position, I think. I definitely think he had a couple of good rides leading up to Bairnsdale, and I think when he realised that, hey, I could beat these guys like I am at that pace, he believed himself, and I think the results were there at Bairnsdale.
It was like a switch. Really well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which is going to make it harder for me to chase him, I think. That's definitely going to be a challenge, but no, he's doing really well. Really well.
And finally, as a dad yourself now with young kids, when I speak to other dads, there's mixed thoughts about their kids getting into motocross. I think it's a great sport. It teaches resilience, but it also comes with, inherent risks. What are your thoughts on your kids following in your footsteps and throwing a leg over a bike?
I think you've seen my boys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that choice. I think they're going to make it for me. My kids are as keen as anything. They cheer me on. I hear them when I'm at the line, go daddy and all those things. So they're going to do it. I'll never push them to do it. I'll give them every opportunity. I've got two very different sons that both ride. I've got one that is the type that doesn't need to be stirred up or fired into. Like he gets disappointed with himself if he doesn't do right, and listens, very thorough, like listens to everything and anything. The other one is he's full of confidence and he'll do everything his way and only his way. I think he's going to learn from mistakes. So, but yeah, I mean, as a parent, I'll give them the opportunity, and if they want to take it, they can take it. But I'd never force them into it. Like, it's, you know. But for the minute, I don't know if I'll be a Pee-wee dad. I think I'll let them get to 65s, and I'll try and hold on to racing for myself until they're riding. And I reckon my career might dwindle off a little bit until maybe they'll get, you know, older and I can race the vets class again when they can do some stuff on their own. But then there'll be a period there where I'll have to step back a bit, unless Mum can learn how to throw wrenches or something like that. We'll see. So
no, I can definitely say riding with my own kids, and my daughter's just said to me last week that she wants to start riding again, just around the backyard to start with. But I'm pretty excited about that.
Well, that's hope, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you think that might be the start of your retirement. It might actually be when you step it up.
Yeah,
because,
it could be. It could
riding
be.
with your kids is unreal.
And I think, to be fair, it's going to be one of those things to see where I'm at life at that point. And if, you know, I'd love to be in a position where I can, you know, let my kids ride during the week and those sorts of things. But take it as it comes for now. And if they're riding, hopefully I can get the chance to ride too. And they might even teach me something. You never know.
Oh, for sure. It could be the future Jet Lawrences.
We'll see. That'd be all right. I'm sure Mum wouldn't mind the idea of, you know, going to Europe for 12 months and travelling Europe. So, and I'm sure my daughter will be a spender, so they can go shopping and we can go riding.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
You can be a kept dad.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, thanks so much for the chat. Look forward to catching you at the last round at Broadford, and good luck with the championship. You're in contention for Victorian Championship in both the classes you're racing. Yep. So, yeah, fingers crossed you can make it through to the end.
No, thanks, Peter. Appreciate it. Thanks for slugging it out, taking photos, and thanks for what you're doing for the motorsport, especially here in Victoria. I think it's really good, mate.
No, cheers. I love it, man. Tom Smart, MX2 C grade today.
Ooh, yeah.
Rough day in the office.
That is definitely a word to use for it. Rough was. I don't think you could really comprehend how tough that track was if you didn't ride it. Looking from an outside perspective, the day before, I'm like, oh, okay, this doesn't look too bad of a track. And then the moment I got out there, I went, uh-oh. It was a surreal experience. It was very tough. I think more so the fact of how far back I was it did put a bit of a bummer on me with my overall expectations for the day, but having to sit back and go, hang on, I don't ride sand. I've ridden this track once, and that was in 2023. Kind of made it go, okay, well, let's just use this time to just enjoy it, get a bit of feel for what to expect later on when we, you know, eventually return to this track. So that was what the day was like for me, and it was something. It was something, that's for sure.
Yeah. Look, we know you're not traditionally a sand rider. You haven't done a lot in the sand. Rosebud is a completely different animal, and it did get brutally rough. I think I've been here for the Sand Masters, and I think this weekend was head and shoulders rougher and very different in the way it formed up compared to the times I've been here previously. The lines were a lot more squiggly. There was a lot more bumps and humps. And for you, when you were out there, I said to you just before, I actually thought you rode pretty smooth. You probably weren't in the same position as you would be on other tracks, but what was your focus on there, other than just survival? But what were you sort of trying to achieve out there?
Well, I knew I wasn't going to be up there, and quite frankly, it was more trying to tell in my head, this isn't a hard pack track. I can't just go straight into a corner, dive into it, and then just, you know, kind of twist the bars quickly and just go out. I had to be really methodical with how I actually used that corner, and that was probably my biggest struggle, was getting used to that loaminess of the sand, getting used to the bike wanting to dance under you a lot more, and also just holding it on. You have to turn the bike in such a different way on sand that you've really got to think about and kind of throw away what you know about hard pack racing and adapt this new kind of style out on the sand. And, you know, the Euros do it really well because, you know, all their tracks are sand. But you come to, you know, especially Victoria, I'd say probably Rosebud and kind of half breed of Wonthaggi is kind of your sandy track. But there's not a whole ton here. As much as I do want to sit here and go, oh, the bike this, the bike that, like today was genuinely just, I didn't have the skill to do what I wanted to do. I didn't have the skill to be up there, and that's completely on me. Like, I'd love to blame everything under the sun with how, gnarly the track was, this and that, but at the end of the day, everyone else had to ride the same conditions. It wasn't just me out there, so at least now I know that I have something to work towards for next time we're here or for other tracks, is getting that sand experience up. So yes, it was a crap day, but I think I also took a lot from that.
So
yeah.
what's the plan from here moving forward? Are you going to do more sand riding, or are you going to go back to hard pack tracks, given that the last round at Broadford is going to be most likely a very hard pack track?
Yeah, I'll probably keep up my works on the hard packs just for the last couple of rounds, just to kind of get back into that groove a little bit. Like, I haven't been able to ride much this year just because of some personal stuff going on, but if I can keep kind of reinforcing what I know and what I'm good at, hopefully I can come out them last rounds towards the pointier end like I was at the start of the year at Wonthaggi. So that's going to be the goal, is to just kind of keep reinforcing what I know and just kind of prove to not only other people but to myself that I also belong in that kind of that area. I just need to really lay it down and just be methodical with how I approach these things.
I feel like you've also made some big leaps and bounds this year in terms of your riding. What's informed that? Like, have you been training off the bike more? Have you been riding more? Or is it just a mindset thing?
A lot of it, I have been training a lot off the bike more, and a lot of it is also mindset and the people that you surround yourself with. Like, the years prior, like, I never really surrounded myself with the people that were probably the best people to surround myself with in terms of self-esteem. And, coming into this year, making more friends and having that support system around me of, people that can come up to me and be honest with me, but also tell me when I'm doing good, has been a really big kind of self-confidence boost with this sport. And as we know, like, this sport's probably easily 80% what's in your head. So that's been a really big change this year, I would say, is the people who I surround myself with and the relationships and with other people. So and I think it's a big thing that people don't fully, how would I put this? They don't really think about with this sport is, who you surround yourself with. Because at the end of the day, like, if you're with someone that's constantly putting you down non-stop, then you're going to be self-doubting, and then you're going to get on the track and you're going to keep thinking that you're crap, and then all of a sudden, nothing falls into place. So I think if I could give a tip to anyone, is just be mindful who you surround yourself with, honestly. And you will be surprised on the leaps and bounds you will do.
Totally agree with that, mate. Off the track, you've been doing a bit of social media stuff. You've got some things in the works. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I got a little bit popular on social media, kind of. I hate using that word because it just feels kind of egotistical in a way, but I got a bit more outreach now, and it was really nice. Like, I'm trying to use that to better this sport, and one of those things that I'm working on is basically a full edited video professionally made of how to get started in motocross. So basically, I want this to be a video that someone could be sitting on the couch, never have entered a race or know anything about it, and watch this video and go, okay, now I know the steps to go from sitting on the couch to being on the gate. And so just working towards making it flow well, getting drafts done, and essentially planning out how I'm going to edit this, because, I want this sport to grow, and I want it to be a lot more easier for people to go, okay, I don't know how to do any of this. I'm just going to watch this video, and hopefully that will be enough to get people to go, okay, I know what to do now. And that's what I'm trying to get out there for people. And it's going to take a while. It's like, I don't want to rush it. I don't want to really half-ass it, but I want it to be well that people will go, this is proper. This is how it should be. So trying to get all the information down and correctly. Studying the mum's manual non-stop. It's been crazy. Like, some of the stuff, it's really contradictory in in the motorcycling manual, some of the stuff that just kind of conflict with each other, and it's like, okay, interesting. So definitely have a read of it if you ever get the chance. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, if you have questions about it, speak to Kenny Watts too. He's really, really well informed on all the regulations
absolutely.
and the MOMs. So
Might talk your ear off though, but
you got to be careful, mate. He listens to these podcasts.
oh, love you, Kenny.
So what's your ultimate goal with the social media stuff? Is it just something you want to keep growing to benefit the sport? And what do you think it is the number one thing that we need to get more people into the sport?
Well, I think the goal with this is I'm still trying to figure that out myself. Like, I obviously want to use my outreach for the betterment of this sport. Like, I can't. It'd be very wrong for me to say, oh, we're not getting all these people in the sports, no one's doing anything, if I don't try myself to do something. So that's probably the goal, is just to get the outreach of this sport out there. Like, not gonna lie, the tip top of the pyramid of what I'd love to do one day is do it full time, but that's a long way down the road, and you know, a lot more things for that to happen. But for now, I'll just keep the goal small and just essentially try and make this sport a bit better.
We've just been interrupted by MX1 podium guy.
Oh, what's that?
Seth Jackson led laps today.
Oh, not this guy. Here we go.
Come sit around this way so we can get you in on this.
Dad's gonna come interrupt saying, "Get out of here, I'm done."
Do we really want this guy on the podcast? Like,
He's been on here plenty of times, so
he's a bit sus.
yeah. Well, he's here now. So, Seth Jackson, you've raced both days today. All Powers yesterday.
Yep.
MX1A today. You've led laps. You've led some Pro MX podium guys today. So tell me about your weekend.
Mate, I'm absolutely knackered as an understatement. God damn. So yesterday, I went 2:10.2. I was meant to be Mr. Consistency, but ended up crashing in the second race, hit neutral, and then crashed 2 corners later. Throttle got stuck on. Bike did not want it. When I picked it up with the clutch in, it just shut off on me, and then I got told it hydraulic locked or something because it would have poured oil into the motor. And then I spent about good 8 to 10 minutes.
Can I just interrupt you? Motors are meant to have oil in them.
I don't know the
He's not a mechanic.
I'm
clearly.
not no mechanic. I'm not no scientist either. I just heard.
Hey, Ray.
See you later.
See you, Nikki.
I'm behind. I'm out of here.
Have a safe trip.
I'm not no scientist, but my electric start was just going tick, it'd make one click over, and that was it. And I was telling you, I was getting this thing fucking started. Ran up and down the sand about 10 times trying to bump start it, was doing nothing. Went to this grass patch, did the same up and down this hill 5 times. Finally got it to turn over, and then it allowed my electric start to work. And then I went and I looked like a 2-stroke for about a whole lap, blowing out heaps of smoke, covering the whole track. So that ruined my podium chances yesterday. But today, we'll miss the consistency. Nearly got it robbed. Nick Medson landed on my handlebar. That was loose.
Yeah, we've got it on video. It was a big moment for both of you.
I got out of it all right, but yeah, Nick didn't get out of it so all right. I know he's a bit banged up. He looks like he's been bashed, but
Was that on the track or after the track?
nah, I'm mates with him, so I thought it'd be a bit nice. I definitely chose a few strong words when we were both on the floor together, and then I looked over and he's flat on the floor, not moving, and I'm just like, you are a for saying that.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, we're all good. We're mates and whatever. We chatted about it after. He apologised, and yeah, racing's racing. No one got hurt. Oh, I mean, he's banged up, but yeah, you know what I mean. So
no one got hurt as he's laying on the ground not moving.
yeah, like we both raced the rest of the day, so it is what it is. So yeah, finished that race, had banged up bars, finished at 4th, and then the next race went 2nd. I led for a few laps. It was a bit on and off with people crashing and doing whatever.
It was a good chunk.
But dude, I gave it 110%. I wanted that second so bad, and dude, after it I was so cooked, and I'm just like, this last race, I'm gonna make sure I'm doing enough to get a podium because that's what I came here to do. And I'm not gonna throw it away like I did yesterday. So that's what I did. Reeled it in with a nice 4th. It was gonna look like a 2nd overall at some stage, but Jack Kenny got past Nick into 2nd, so we actually tied on points for 2nd. So I would have got 3rd because he got the better result in the last moto. But yeah, we had factory rider Byron Dennis here, so technically me and Jack would have got 1 and 2 if he wasn't here. So
On tied points.
Yeah. In the scheme
It's as
of
good
things,
as a first, really.
yeah, in the scheme of things like that, I'm really happy with how I went. So
Race winner, Seth Jackson.
yeah. So no, I'm very happy with how that all went down. So I got a second yesterday. Jacob beat me, and I got a second today, and Byron beat me. So like, that's a first in my book. So I'm pretty happy with that. So definitely a bit of progress this weekend. Got off podium. I don't think I've got a podium in a state title since like 2017, and I was in B grade. So that's ticking off in the books.
You rode solid. You have been doing a lot of laps out here.
Yeah, I've done a lot of laps. I got a few local lines.
How was the track in terms of the way it formed up compared to what it's usually like?
It was different. I think because there was a lot of slower riders racing on the same day, that everything was way more cupped out because they're on the acceleration in those bumps, and it just made everything deeper and deeper, so your frame was scrubbing on a lot more.
Not looking at you, Tommy.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But yeah, it was rough as guts. Like you had to have your technique on point, or you would have just got spat out, or just would have snapped a few vertebrae sitting down over these meter deep bumps. But yeah, that really just flogged me out, having to use my technique and thug it out instead of just sitting down and pinning it, which I like doing around this joint.
Yeah, we caught up after Edenhope. How's your championship looking now? You've obviously stepped it up a few notches.
I'm not too sure, but by the looks of it, don't quote me on the points with Jacob, but Jacob didn't do today, so I think I might be third in the points. I would have been fourth. I would have been very close with Cade, but I beat him well today, so I'd be ahead of him now. I'm not sure how much of a lead Jacob had, so by the looks of it, I reckon I'm sitting around third. So I wanted a podium this year in the series, so it's looking good, but we'll have to look at the points and we'll do some mathematics and stuff. I can hardly count to 10, so we'll see how that works, but we'll figure it out for round 4 if I got a podium in this series, I'd be stoked on that. So
yeah, that'd be a pretty awesome achievement. There's been some very, very fast riders in your class.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jacob Sweet. I think he tweaked his knee yesterday, so yeah, we hope he's all good.
Yeah, I hope he's all good. Yeah, you never want to see that for a rider. He tweaked his knee. I've just heard this could be a rumour, but apparently they gave him 2 last lap boards, and apparently on that second last lap board that he got given, which should have been his finish, apparently that's when he tweaked his knee. Don't quote me, but if that happened to me, I would be fuming.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. I mean,
it's no one's fault. Kid had over a minute lead, so it's easy for the officials to mix that up.
I know the timing was going in and out all weekend, so I think it would have been pretty hard to keep track of at times. And like you said, he was so far in front.
Over half a lap, yeah. So it's no one's fault, but yeah, little things like that, I'd be fuming. But yeah, I hope he's all right.
Sure.
He's been doing sick in the Prime X, so he's been holding it down. So hopefully, yeah, he's able to get back at Traralgon. But I don't know the extent of the injury, but he's had a good run, so I hope he can keep going.
I think that would be every person's nightmare, is going past, seeing the last lap board, going yes, 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 going past again, and then seeing it again.
Yeah.
I think I'd cry.
Especially on a track like Rosebud.
Oh.
Speaking of that, I actually saw you looking out for the last lap board. You were coming down like the third last straight, and you were doing one full just look over 90 degrees, and I'm like, you little shit, you're doing 12+1 and you're looking over. And you pulled off early too.
I've never wanted a track to finish more in my life than today. It was just, oh my God, what am I doing out here?
You know, when you pulled off, the next person that came in, they got the last lap board.
Yeah, I still would have to do 3 laps.
Nah, 2.
That's always the way.
Yeah.
Well, I know someone, I'm not going to name any names, Burnsy, but someone pulled over in the last corner yesterday and waited for the leader to come through and get the finish line.
I've so thought about doing that at the Nationals before. Like, I see Webster coming through for the second time. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to go a bit slow.
All right, Tommy Smart, Seth Jackson, thanks for the chat, and look forward to catching you guys at the last round.
Hell yeah, it'll be good fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't let this Seth guy back on here. He's a
I think we've already teed up another podcast, so...
oh, no.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. I'm not going anywhere yet.
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
No, that last podcast you guys did was awesome.
He told me at gunpoint, so I don't have a choice.
Yeah. Well, someone had to take over Zane McIntosh's role, so it's you, mate. He's been fired.
You should have seen him at dinner last night. I tried to go get this guy a drink, and he pulls me down on my seat, and I'm like, whoa. Nearly fell over in the restaurant.
Did you pull you into his van after as well?
Hey, I left my van unlocked for him if he needed. So I said, if you want to have a little cuddle or something, you're more than welcome.
Okay, we're finishing this interview right now.